Company A and Company B have separate tax IDs and separate QuickBooks Desktop files. Earlier this year, Company B opened a bank account, and the former controller set it up on Company A's QuickBooks. Is there an easy way to copy or move that activity that is in Company A into Company B? Okay, got that. And frankly, I've heard this fact pattern before. It's not only with two different companies. Sometimes you're in a situation in which somebody made a copy of the file and for one reason or another started entering transactions into it, but then everybody else kept entering transactions into the other file. Then you have one company, two separate files, and what do we do? So the good news is you don't have to do all of this manually. There are technology programs available to help save you a lot of time on this. Two such programs worth considering are Q2Q. That's literally the letter Q, the number 2, and the letter Q again. I'm going to write that in the comments. Q2Q. That's a technology that can transfer QuickBooks transactions from one company to another. Thank goodness. Now, a caveat, if these are two separate companies, they might have two separate vendor lists, separate customer lists. You need to have those lists in place before you start transferring transactions over. The Q2Q technology can be used to transfer lists before or concurrently with transferring the transactions. So just be mindful of that to make sure that is all working. And think of it this way: a transaction has no place to go if it has no name associated with it. The other piece, there's a company called Bay State Consulting, and they've produced a piece of software called Transaction Pro Importer. There's also a relative of this technology in that technology family that I think it's called Transaction Pro Deleter. It can be used to mass delete transactions. So while Q2Q can copy transactions from one file to another, then Transaction Pro, if it's called Deleter, can remove the transactions from the file. All right, so with that, you've got your proverbial 1-2 punch.